The night the snow trapped us, I thought I was going to freeze to death on the side of a lonely highway. The wind screamed like it was angry at the world, and every bad thought I'd ever had seemed to crawl into my head all at once. What I didn't know then was that one simple act of kindness from the last person I expected was about to change how I looked at people forever. Before the story begins, take a second to support the channel. If you enjoy real, emotional stories that remind us how powerful kindness can be, please subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps your channel name grow and reach more people who need these stories. Thank you for being here. This happened a few years ago, during one of the worst winters our state had seen in decades. I was 24 at the time, broke, stressed, and trying to pretend I had my life together. I had just finished a late shift at work when my best friend Mark called me. His voice sounded rushed. He told me his mom, Linda, needed help picking up some medical supplies from a town about an hour away. Mark was stuck at work himself, and he asked if I could go with her so she wouldn't have to drive alone in the snow. I hesitated. Linda was kind, but we weren't close. Plus, the weather forecast was ugly. Heavy snow, freezing temperatures, and strong winds. Still, I couldn't say no. Mark and I had been best friends since high school, and his family had always treated me well. So I bundled up, grabbed my coat, and met Linda at her house. She smiled warmly when she saw me, the kind of smile that makes you feel instantly welcome. She thanked me for coming and handed me a travel mug filled with hot coffee. "Just in case," she said with a small laugh. The drive started off fine. Snowflakes drifted down gently, and the road was quiet. We talked about simple things: Mark's job, my plans, life. There was an ease to the conversation that surprised me. About 30 minutes in, the snow started, coming down harder. The wind picked up, and visibility dropped fast. Linda's hands tightened on the steering wheel. "I don't like this," she said softly. Neither did I, but before I could say anything, the car hit a patch of ice. It wasn't dramatic at first, just a slide, then another. Then the car spun. We slid off the road and into a shallow ditch with a dull thud. The engine stalled. The world went quiet except for the howl of the wind and the heavy snowfall. We tried to restart the car. Nothing. Linda pulled out her phone. No signal. I checked mine. Same thing. For a moment, neither of us spoke. The cold started seeping in almost immediately, wrapping around us like an invisible enemy. "This is bad," I said, my voice shaking more than I wanted it to. Linda took a deep breath. "Okay," she said calmly. "Panicking won't help. We'll figure this out." She tried the emergency kit in the trunk, but it was buried under snow. The heater was dead. Outside, the storm was getting worse by the minute. As the temperature dropped, my teeth began to chatter. My fingers felt stiff, even inside my gloves. That's when Linda looked at me with a seriousness that cut through the fear. "We're going to have to keep each other warm," she said. At first, the words felt awkward. She was my best friend's mom. But then I saw the concern in her eyes. Not embarrassment or hesitation, just care. We climbed into the back seat to conserve heat. Linda wrapped a blanket around us, pulling it tight. She sat close, shoulder to shoulder, and I could feel the warmth of another human being keeping the cold at bay. She started talking to distract us. Stories about Mark when he was little, how he used to refuse to wear a coat, even in the snow. How she'd chase him down the driveway, laughing. Her voice was steady and comforting. It reminded me of how safe I felt when I was a kid, before the world felt so heavy. Hours passed. The cold tried to win. My legs went numb. My thoughts slowed. Fear crept in again. What if no one finds us? I asked quietly. Linda squeezed my hand. Her grip was firm, grounding. "They will," she said. "People always do." She told me about her life, about raising Mark on her own after his dad passed away, about working 2 jobs, about nights when she felt like giving up but didn't, because kindness from strangers had carried her through. One woman once paid for my groceries when I was short, she said. She didn't know me. She just saw I needed help. Listening to her, something shifted inside me. I realized how often I'd been so focused on my own problems that I forgot how connected we all are. At some point, I started to drift, exhaustion pulling me under. Linda noticed immediately. She gently shook me awake, making me talk, making me stay present. "Stay with me," she said. "We need each other right now." Those words hit me hard. We need each other. Finally, after what felt like forever, headlights appeared through the snow, a snowplow, then another vehicle. Relief flooded through me so fast I almost cried. Emergency responders helped us out of the car, wrapping us in thick blankets. They told us we were lucky, very lucky. As we sat in the back of the rescue truck, warming up, Linda held my hand again. Her eyes were tired but kind. "Thank you," she said. "I couldn't have done this alone." I shook my head. "No," I said. "Thank you." When Mark saw us later that night, safe and alive, he broke down crying. He hugged his mom, then me, over and over. In the days that followed, I couldn't stop thinking about that night, about how easily fear could have taken over, about how one simple choice to care, to stay calm, to be kind made all the difference. That snowstorm taught me something I'll never forget. Kindness isn't always big or dramatic. Sometimes it's sitting in the cold with someone, sharing warmth, and refusing to let them face the darkness alone. Since then, I've tried to be that person for others, to notice, to help, to choose kindness, even when it feels uncomfortable or inconvenient. Because you never know when you might be the warmth someone needs to survive their storm. If this story touched you, remember that kindness costs nothing but can mean everything. Carry it with you, share it freely, and don't underestimate the power of simply being there for someone. The world needs more of that warmth, now more than ever.